Hey guys, how you doing today? It's Steve on the Gurubrew. It's getting really close. This airlock has now stopped bubbling. This is the red wine that we made, and it's been about 5 weeks. It's been sitting in this carboy since we re-racked it. So getting really excited here. This will be the last video right before we start bottling this stuff. We're going to re-rack it one more time and talk about that briefly. And we're going to have wine here pretty quick, so let's get started. Alright, well, let's take a look at our card here. We started this on June 5th of 2014. So yes, it's been about 5 weeks since we started this wine. And it's very close to being done. In fact, you could drink it now. The only reason why I'm going to rack it one more time is just to clarify it. I don't like any floaties in my wine. This cover that's on here you can get from carboy.net. Very nice cover. It's kept it dark and warm. Let's go ahead and peel it back here and see what it looks like. Very little action going on inside here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this to a jug by siphoning, and then we're going to degas it, which will get rid of all the CO2 that's in here. So let me go ahead and get this carboy cover off and we'll get started siphoning. So this is the bucket that it started in, and this is the bucket that we're going to put it back in here to degas it. And as usual, I washed out the bucket really good, and I mixed up some Camden solution here in my jug, 1 tablet per gallon, and we're gonna just swish this stuff around inside this bucket to sanitize it real quick. To make the Camden solution, I just use one of these pill crushers, and I just put 1 tablet per gallon, and it just makes it easier to use. So I'll smash this pill down, and it turns it into pretty good dust. Hopefully you can see that. And what I'll do is put warm water in my jug and then just shake this in until it's fully dissolved, and that's how I make the sterilized solution. I didn't fill it all the way up quite yet. I want to leave a little headroom on there so I have room to shake this. So I'm going to shake this for just a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and top it off with water. I'll be back. Okay, it's ready to go. So here I'm also sterilizing my siphon hose. Just anything that comes in contact with the wine gets Camden solution on it. Alright, I'm going to put this in the wine. You can see I'm also sterilizing the hose that's going to go on here. Okay, I've got my hose on, I've got my bucket down here. You can't see it, but I'm going to go ahead and start the siphon on this. Boy, that smells good. So we're just going to let this go ahead and siphon into this bucket, and then I'll be back. I took a little sample here and put it in my hydrometer. I'm still waiting for it to come out of the bucket. But if you remember when we first started this wine, we started it with a specific gravity of 1.120, okay? And if you look at it now, I don't know if you can see this, but it's below 0, and that's because alcohol is lighter than water, so it's actually in the negative digits. So this is all turned to alcohol for sure. The fermenting is completely done. Okay, our bucket is just about full, and this process is just about done. You can see it's getting right down to the bottom. Now, it might be tempting to go ahead and tip this and get all you can, but that's one of the reasons why we're racking this, is to leave the sediments behind. You can see it's stopping now. So whatever's left here, I'm just going to dump it out and not worry about it. I don't want this as a it's a byproduct, and it'll just make your wine tart if you leave it in. Alright, so I'm going to take this jug, rinse it out. I just wanted to show you what you're left with on the bottom of this jug. So that's all the old yeast and byproducts of the fermentation product. And some people rack their wine 2, 3, 4 times. Just depends on how clear you want it. Usually a couple times is plenty. So this will be the last racking right before bottling. We'll bottle this up within a week from today. So, all right. So I've got this big wooden spoon. You can see it'll reach the bottom. They have tools that you can buy for this, but I priced them and they're about 35 bucks. But I went ahead and just chiseled this down with a knife. This is just a wooden spoon, and this will fit in my little drill here I've got. If you do this by hand, it takes forever. So the action on the end of this spoon will mix it up. So the idea, I sanitize this spoon already with a Camden solution. The idea is just to go ahead and release all the CO2 bubbles. Don't start real fast because it'll go crazy. You can probably see the bubbles coming to the top. That's not oxygen, that's actually CO2 coming out of the wine. You're going to want to do this for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I won't bore you with the details. I'll be back when I'm done. While I'm waiting for the foam to go down, I need to take 5 of these Camden tablets and dissolve it in a little bit of water. We're going to add this to the wine after it's back in the carboy, and this will be the last thing that we add. This is just a preservative to keep it from re-fermenting. So as soon as it's back in the carboy, we'll use this mixture to top it off, because we will be missing a little bit from the sediment that we left behind. So I'm going to go ahead and just mix up these 5 tablets. It's 1 tablet per gallon, and because we're making 5 gallon, it'll be 5 tablets. And then when it's back in the carboy, we'll dump it in. So I'll be back as soon as we start siphoning it back into the carboy. So you can see the foam is just about gone. We've been stirring this like mad with that drill. So we've got our carboy clean and we're ready to go ahead and pump it back in. We took a glass of this and mixed it with some Fresca, because this is pretty strong. This is like 20-21% alcohol. The white wine we made is a little less, but this is a great wine for like mixing coolers. Tastes really good. Okay, let's go ahead and pump this up. In the hole. Couple pumps and then we'll start. Okay, as you can see, we've got it back in the carboy, and we got a little headspace because we left the stuff behind that we didn't want. I've got my 5 Camden tablets dissolved in some water. I'm going to go ahead and pour it in here now, and this will just keep it preserved and keep it from fermenting, although that's highly unlikely it's going to re-ferment because all that sugar is definitely turned to alcohol. Okay, I'm going to get it on the counter and then we'll go out for some final thoughts. Don't forget you can get one of these really neat covers at carboy.net. We really enjoy it. It keeps the carboy dark, and it's easy to carry it with us. So thanks for watching. Next week we're going to go ahead and bottle this, and that'll be the end of this video series. So cheers. Hey guys, this is Steve. Thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and be sure to rate and comment. See ya.